Okay, we've got a 2000 Toyota Sienna with the carrier bearing on the passenger side CV axle. We're trying to replace it. It's lodged in the engine mount there, so it's a pain in the butt to get out. You can pull it out with some nuts and bolts over here. See those down there? Anyways, and then the bolts that hold there onto the engine. The bugger is that one right there, right by the fat part of the CV axle on the other side of this carrier bearing. That one's not going to come out all the way without the CV axle removed. So that bearing is rusted in there, seized in there real good. They're supposed to just come right out, but that's just the way this is. With age, they seize in there. Anyways, so I suggest just go ahead and take the extra little bit of time. There are two 14 millimeter nuts that hold this exhaust on right there. And on the front side of the engine, there's two right there. There's some mounting bolts right there and there to hold that together. There's a mounting point right there as well. Goes up onto the subframe. Those are 12 millimeter. And then there's these hangers here, two on this muffler and then one back on the resonator. So just go ahead and loosen the whole exhaust system up. Oh, there's also this oxygen sensor here. You don't have to undo it from inside the cab. Just twist it, I think it's 2 1/4 turns, and it comes right out. And then when you put it back together, twist it the other way so that you don't get a kink in your cord. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this axle. I've tried with the Sawzall and it was not doing it, even with the really nice Diablo blade, $11 blade. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and use the grinder with a cutoff wheel. That should do the trick, and then I'm gonna try and just pound this out. And there you have it. I cut out a chunk of metal here. And now we should be able to get this out without burning myself. Yep. And now we'll see if we can pound this out. Okay, so after about 30 hits with my smaller hammer, I realized it wasn't really doing much. So I switched to my big hammer. And it almost immediately started, probably within the first 4 hits, it started to move. So you can see there's a little bit of gap there. I just need to finish hitting it. It's amazing. Just that extra mass transfers to the thing you're hitting instead of bouncing right off like with the smaller hammer. So let's see if I can get this with my left hand. Yep, there it goes. It's out. There's the bearing right there. One thing I neglected to mention is go ahead and put some penetrant on there. I like PB Blaster, other people like Marvel Oil or WD-40. Just use your favorite one, and then one thing I tried before was heating it up with my torch, and that wasn't really working. I guess I could have tried it again and then hit it with the hammer, but either way, it probably would have come out. Here's a tip. Clean out this bearing holder, carrier, whatever you want to call it, / engine mount. Clean it out real good. Maybe even use a little bit of sandpaper to clean off the rust. And then apply some anti-seize to it. So if you or anyone else in the future has to do this again, it won't be a problem getting out. Should just slide right out. This is 180 grit. Just something I had lying around from my paint supplies. Probably don't want to go any coarser than this. Alright, it's looking good. Wipe it out one more time, and then we'll apply the anti-seize. You don't need a whole lot. That should do it. And then wouldn't hurt to put a little bit in the groove where the ring goes. That ring gets stuck sometimes. There you go. Don't forget to put your snap ring back on before you install it. It's just a pain in the butt to have to stick your hand inside there. Anyway, so it goes on the side of the cup here, whatever that's called. And then the bearing slides in the hole, and then that snaps into the groove and holds the bearing in. While you've got your axle out, check your wheel bearing. See if it's making any noise or grinding or catching. So this one sounds pretty good. I'm not hearing any grinding. Put a little, don't just spin it, but put some lateral force on it. So put some force that way and then put some force the other way. And if you hear any grinding, any loud grinding, this one sounds pretty quiet. So now would be a good time to replace that if you found a problem. And then also check your transmission output seal. This one is not leaking, although the no, that's just coolant from something I'm doing up there. I think, yeah, that's coolant. Okay, so yeah, do it now before you put the shaft in. This one looks a little dirty, I'll clean it, but other than that, it's good to go.